Here's a short crack fic to wrap up our Thursday night. I'll have more tomorrow, but since it's Friday and I have a little bit more time. But the worst montage ever. It's 10,000 words. It's very funny. I die laughing every single time I read it. Basically, they bring in whatever, I can never pronounce his name, but the lie detector guy to see what if there's like a traitor on campus, you know. And Izuku is in the general education course because he's lived like 30 different like variations of this timeline, you know, because of his quirk. His quirk makes it so that way he can erase people's pain, but when he does that, the timeline resets to make their trauma disappear, you know. And so he's lived this life like 30 different times, and so it's just a montage of all the different lives he's lived and everything like that. And they're just like, everything he's saying is true because of the lie detector quirk. And it's really funny. Shin Deku as like the background relationship, because they're technically not a couple until like the very end, and even then it's just beginning, and it's so funny and cute, and I love this fic so much. Okay, here are 3 Bakugo centric fics that I just think are cute and funny, and they're all short. This one, I See You in My Dreams. Bakugo has just come out of surgery and he's super high on pain meds and sees Izuku, his husband, and immediately begins flirting with him, trying to hook up with this guy because he doesn't realize that is in fact his husband. It's super cute, very funny. Terrible pickup lines and bad puns. It's so funny. In this one, Bakugo and Deku are married already and they have a little kid together that they adopted. Bakugo then becomes one of the suburban moms. It's so funny, them gossiping while drinking wine, and Bakugo just like sharing his like recipes and stuff with the moms, and it's funny. I love this one. And then this one, Bakugo and Deku are together, and Bakugo's big nope is that he cannot handle like the talk or anything like bodily functions at all. He's like, if it comes to giving the kids the talk, Deku has to do it. He's just so awkward about it. Like, oh my god, you just have to read it. It's so funny. All 3 of these are funny, and all of them are Bakudeku. I didn't even realize that until I listed all these just now. But yeah, all of them are great. Read them. Okay, here are 4 fics that literally have nothing to do with each other, but they're all under 5,000 words, and I'm just like, I don't want to make a singular video for something that's under 5,000 words. But all of these, like, made me chuckle. So this one, Izuku impersonates his father on, like, his school records. So that way, anytime the school calls, it goes to him instead of his mom. And he did that all through middle school. And then he gets to UA and gets a call from Aizawa. Here are the tags. This one, Izuku does an interview, like while he's still at UA, he has an interview for taking down a villain, so he goes onto like a radio talk show, and they like interview him, and they're just like, well, what's the scoop on your classmates, you know? Here's the description and the tags. This one, Mina learns the wrath of Izuku and his like love of sweets. Here's the description. It's just Izuku being feral. This one, the title just speaks for itself. Oh my gosh, I love this one so much. I was literally dying laughing the entire time I was reading it. Here are some crack fics for you guys. This one, Izuku is colorblind, but doesn't think that he's colorblind until Bakugo is just like, no, I've been telling you this, you're colorblind, but he doesn't believe me. And it's so funny. This one you need an AO3 account to read, but Izuku is basically like the mom of all villains, and his one rule for like the League of Villains is you can't attack children. You guys can be villains, but you guys aren't allowed to attack children. So when they attack the USJ, Izuku has some words with Shigaraki. It's great. Here's another colorblind Izuku fic. I don't know why I've read two of them, but like they're both hilarious, and this one they get him colorblind glasses at the end, you know, so he can see, and it's just so funny, his reaction. And this one's just cute. Eri has like a little cute like kid crush on Bakugo, you know, like where they're at that age where they can't tell if it's like admiration or if they actually have a crush, and it's just so cute. And she tries flirting with Bakugo, and Bakugo is just like, my boyfriend Deku is right here, what? Yes, the language of childhood friends. Aizawa is so done with them. Oh my gosh. Bakugo and Izuku, like, come up with a language that only they can understand, and, like, they have it in, like, 5 different forms. It's, like, 3 different types of sign language mushed together, and then, like, a bunch of different types of, like, Morse code or something, and then also just, like, speaking it. So they have, like, language that's silent, language that's just like tapping, and a language that is just like spoken but no one else can understand. And it's so funny because they just had so much time on their hands, and it's so funny. This was so good. Oh my god. Here are 3 fics where Izuku is a fanfiction writer. This one, Izuku just writes a ton of smut and just basically any type of fanfiction. And then 1A finds out that there's this fanfic writer, Green Bunny, and Izuku is trying his best to make sure that they don't find out that it's him who's writing all this stuff. It's so good. This one, Izuku just keeps writing All Might fanfiction, where it's like either All Might ex-reader or just like All Might as a father figure, you know? And so Izuku goes to Bakugo to see if he'll beta read his All Might fanfiction again, now that they're on better terms, you know? Because he did it before. And it's cute. This one is when it's Bakudeku and they're both adults, and Bakugo doesn't know that Izuku is writing fan fiction about him, and then he finds a little bit on Deku's laptop that he wrote, and things get spicy. I had been looking for this for like a good 3 months, and I finally found it again. It makes me laugh so hard. It's basically Stacy's mom, you know, the Stacy's mom has got it going on. It's that, but Kachan's mom has got it going on. And it's so funny. Bakugo is so pissed. And oh my gosh, it just makes me laugh every single time I read it. I'm so glad I found it again. I don't know what possessed this author to write this fic, but I think that it is the most unhinged. Oh my god. So basically, the gist of it is Izuku, to earn money to help his mom pay rent and stuff, starts selling feet pics. In this fic, Class 1A figures out that Izuku and Bakugo can dress well. The reason that they're constantly in sweatpants and t-shirts is their own choice. And Momo's just like, yeah, the sweatpants that Bakugo wears, they're like super fucking expensive. Like, I thought you guys all knew that he was in designer sweatpants. And everyone was just like, no. Oh my god. My side hurts from how much I've been laughing at this. Bakugo is so petty, and I love him for it. He's so mad at Best Jeanist for his trauma during his internship that he decides to beat Best Jeanist at his own game and become Better Jeanist. I'm literally dying. The ending killed me. I just... Read the fic. It's so funny. I'm pretty sure someone asked me if I had read this fic before, but I lost their comment. So, here it is. Just because I love this fic, it's super funny. You guys know that restaurant where, like, the waitresses and waiters are, like, supposed to be mean to you? Like, you go there and literally just be, like, yelled at and stuff, and they're, like, rude. And I think it's called, like, Dick's or something. I don't remember what the exact name of the restaurant is. But anyways, Bakugo and Izuku work there. They started working there in middle school because their parents thought it would be a way for them to, like, work off some steam or something. And get their anger and frustration out in a healthy way. And so, they work there, and they're great. And then One-A goes there, not knowing that Izuku and Bakugo work there. It's great. I love it so much. It's so funny. In this fic, Bakugo and Izuku just get kidnapped all the time growing up. And they just think it's normal for everyone gets kidnapped a couple times a year, you know, like, Izuku's just like, well, yeah, I get kidnapped, like, 3 times a year, that's probably above average, but everyone gets kidnapped at least once a year, right? And that was so done. So when, like, Bakugo gets kidnapped from the League of Villains kidnap him from the, training camp, Izuku's just, like, pulls out his phone with his tracker to Bakugo in it, and, like, just like, that's where Bakugo is. And he goes and rescues him. It's great. I love this fic. This one is just Izuku gets kidnapped. He's, like, 12. I actually really love this fic. He's gonna try and get into the support course, at UA. And so when he gets kidnapped, he has all these inventions on him already, and he uses those to, like, call the police. And it's just super cute. I love the dad Zawa in this, and it's just super smart Izuku. I love this fic. This is one of my favorite Class 1A takes care of Eri fics. It's basically just a crack fic where Class 1A just is babysitting Eri and basically just, like, turn her into a gremlin. It's great. I love this so much. Poor sweet innocent Izuku. This one makes me laugh every single time I read it. Basically, Izuku doesn't realize there's a difference between I threw my back out and I got my back blown out. So he's going around to everyone saying how Bakugo blew his back out last night and not realizing what he's implying. And the entire time everyone's just like shell-shocked that Izuku is speaking like this, and he's just like it's so funny. In this fic, Izuku and Shigaraki bond over their shared love of Eraserhead. So basically, you know at the USJ when Shigaraki's about to, like, dust Sue, and then Aizawa activates his quirk, and Shigaraki's just like, oh man, you're so cool. Well, Izuku overhears, and he's like, I know, right? Eraserhead is so freaking cool. And then they just start, like, talking to each other about how cool Eraserhead is, and it's great. There's also a second part to this fic, which is also really good. I honestly don't remember if I've already made a video on this fic, but it's so funny. Oh my god. So Shinso brainwashes Izuku so that way he doesn't have any anxiety for 24 hours. And so Izuku literally goes to class and just says whatever he wants. No fear of consequences. He's just a little shit in this. And I love him so much. And it's so funny. This is one of my favorite headcanons, and when I saw that it was a fic, I was just like, oh my gosh, yes, because I fully believe that Izuku does not remember the river scene at all, and it's so funny. I'm in the middle of the woods in front of a campfire, so what else would I be doing than posting a fanfiction recommendation? This fic is the perfect mix of, crack and angst, and it's just mostly crack, but it's good. Izuku has a quirk that allows him to create coffee out of thin air, and so when Aizawa sees him on the street selling the coffee, he's like, you're my assistant now, and I'm taking you to UA with me. And so he becomes Aizawa's assistant, and the only thing he has to do is provide coffee for Aizawa. It's so good. I love this fic so much. It's just a fun little fic. I'm sorry if you don't have an AO3 account, because you need one to read this, but it's such a good fic. Okay, it's canon divergent. Izuku interns with Mirako instead of Endeavor, and there's no romantic ships in this, but Bakugo is hardcore simping for Izuku. He doesn't want to admit it, but he is, and it's so funny. And the whole fic is just crack. They get into so many funny situations with quirk accidents and just random shit happening, and their Mirako and Izuku's dynamic is just amazing, and it's a really funny, fun, unserious fic.